everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we are back for another brand new video. Now, before I actually get into this fan rant, you'll tell by that title and all that cool stuff, all the shit I usually say, I just want to quickly say something positive that I never thought I'd ever say. I've actually got to give praise to someone I didn't think I'd be praising because I've been sort of critical of him, especially this season. I thought his arse has been crumbling. But I just want to show you a wee example of something like a manager can do to change a game. They get a man sent off, right? So they replace him, they bring on a centre back. Do you know what happens a couple of minutes later? Do you know what Brenda Rodgers does, as we like to call him? And we say he's shite, he can't do this, he can't do that. Ken what he did? I'm going to call him Brendan once. Brendan, there you are, twice. He took off James Forrest, one of the runners for the SPFL Player of the Season. He brought on a striker at 2-2, 10 men down away from home against your biggest rivals. And what potentially, if Rangers win, it could go on to create a title challenge. He brought on a striker at 2-2. I'll repeat it again, against 10 men. That fucking striker scored. Do you know what your manager done? Waited until we were behind against 10 men. Then he brought in someone. So the game actually finished 3-2 to Celtic, and I've got to be honest with you, this was probably Rangers' best performance that they've put in an Old Firm game, if you want to say that. There was a couple of standouts. I thought Docherty was absolutely superb. I thought Murphy had a great 65 minutes. I thought he was fantastic turning inside out. DJ had a quite solid game. Tav had his occasional moments, but then sort of fell away towards the end. Some of his distribution was quite poor. The rest of them, I'm struggling to name. I really am, and I didn't think I'd be saying that. There is a couple of players I'm going to talk about negatively, but I just want to quickly say, if you're a Rangers fan, you didn't miss the game. Rangers put in a good, solid performance, but Celtic showed why they are the champions of Scotland. 10 men, they took the chances, they took risks, and they scored the fucking goal to win the game. Here we go again. We're back at it. CJ fan rants. Never thought I'd be saying that fucking again. But let's start off early. David Bates gets injured, unfortunately, during Roderick's great goal. He sort of pulled it, went over his ankle. Looks like an ankle break. Unfortunately for him, his contract actually ends in a couple of months' time. So fingers crossed he will play for the Rangers again. He certainly deserves it. So a speedy recovery to David Bates. His replacement, Cardozo. Remember that time Cardozo sort of tweeted out the 4 fucking dots? Just that for no reason. Yeah, that sums up his performance. 4 useless fucking dots. Dembele absolutely Dembele doesn't care how to manhandle anyone. He manhandled Cardozo. That goal where Dembele scored, I just didn't understand what Cardozo's doing. He's like, it's like he's trying to fucking manpower with him. Good finish there from Dembele as well. There's been some critical of Fods, but to be honest with you, Fods came out and then he sort of hung in. If Dembele had done anything like actually shot the ball, not chipped it, Fods was there and made himself big. He stopped, made himself big, Schmeichel-esque. Casper, not Peter, and he would have saved it, but he dinked it over him nicely. So I'm not going to be critical of Fods, especially if you go back and look at that save from, was it McGregor or was it Forrest, where it was low and hard. There was a couple of saves there that Fods made, so I'm not going to be overly critical. Could he have done better? Probably, but I think what he went for, I thought Dembele was just going to try and volley it or give it a half volley, so he made himself big and it got dinked over him. Right, Bruno Alves, solid in the air as always. The rest of the game. Also, if you're watching this video, this is going to get a tremendous amount of hate, as you can imagine, so if you could smash the like button and show some support, I'd greatly appreciate that. But yeah, let's move on to something that I'm pretty sure you all want to talk about. I want to just get out of the way, because I'm sure there's going to be negativity and bad, and I'm going to get loads of shite for this, but I don't care. I said a couple of days ago, I made a video saying Jason Cummins or Morelos, and I made the video, I'm not trying to blow my own trumpet, because there was a lot of other people like me in the comments. If you go back and look, we're saying the exact same thing as me, even saying better points than I did. But my thought was, we're not going to get many chances. Morelos isn't a clinical striker. Cummins is a big game player, and I think we've got a better chance of him scoring. If the chances fall to him, if he's in the position where Morelos is playing centre forward, the chances fall to him, I believe he was going to score it. What happens? 2-2, Morelos goes through on goal, because I was like, no, what's going to happen? Come on, please, just please. I was actually begging, please, because it felt like it was in slow motion. He had so much time. He just hits it straight at the fucking goalkeeper. I mean, what happens for there? And then it sort of rebounds off, and instead of maybe knocking it on or try and run, it bounces off him from his own fucking shot, and it goes a goal kick. That goal kick gets punted up, and Celtic score for it. Sums it up. Let's talk about the miss. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to show the miss, because I'm sure I'll get took down for copyright issues, but I'll be back in a second. I'm going to show you the miss in case you missed it. Ironic. Right? Have a fucking look at that. Wait. There it is. I can't defend this, lads. I love Morelos. I talk about it all the time. Didn't just look at this for a soundbite, or if you see it clipped out of context. I am not calling Morelos shite. I absolutely love Morelos. I just knew this, well, not quite to the extent of this, I knew this was a potential thing that could happen in the game, and it did. And that's it, 3-2 to Celtic in the last couple of minutes, and he fucking misses for a yard out. A fucking yard. Come on. There's been a lot of criticism of Joshy Windas's performance, and I've got to agree. Did he go missing after that goal? Absolutely, he did go missing. But do you know what he did that Morelos didn't do, that everyone's sort of bumming up and saying he had a great performance, blah, 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 he just didn't score? Windass scored. That's what matters in football. Goals matter. Windass 1-on-1, he scored it. Morelos 1-on-1, missed it. Morelos yard out, missed it. And once again, I having to keep protecting myself because I know it's going to get clipped and say, oh, CJ's attacking Morelos. I'm just saying we knew this was going to happen. We talked about it even in 2 days ago in the podcast, me and Baz. I said if he gets a chance, go back and watch it. It's about an hour and 25 minutes, but you'll be able to find it. I said, go back and watch. He will get a chance and he's going to miss it. And that's what proved vital. That spurred Celtic on. And like I said, Celtic with 10 men, they got better with 10 men. Like, we just fucking collapsed and Celtic just got better. They controlled the game. Some of their bigger players stepped up and done what they needed to do. They were playing with one of the worst centre-backs I've ever seen till Cardozo came on, Boyetta, and somehow they managed to win the game. So I don't know how the fuck that happened. That's a credit on us, I believe. As much as it is a credit to Celtic and the way they bounced back, that's a credit to us, how we could fuck up that situation. 2-2, 58 minute versus 10 men against your fucking rivals to create a title challenge. And we get beat 3-2. And I don't want it to seem like I'm putting all the blame on Morelos. I certainly am not. I'm just saying the chances were there to, 1, put us 3-2 ahead, he missed it. 2, make it and salvage a draw, and he missed it. That is what I'm saying. I'm not saying he caused their goals, but he stopped us from scoring goals. That's what I'm saying. You can blame our defence, which was absolutely shocking. You can say maybe Fods was suspect for the second goal. You can say that, absolutely. It's a team game. The team never executed well in defence or up front. I feel bad for the midfield. I thought that was our best midfield, because normally we always lose the midfield battle. I thought Docker had a fantastic game. I thought Murphy had a great game. I thought Candeas, who scored, had a very, very good game. Tracking back in that as well, was against Tierney a lot of the times, who's not a slouch. Goss, couple of good long balls, but I thought he was one of the weakest spots and he should have been replaced pretty quickly. Now, let's talk about Graham Murphy really quickly before we move on to the old Twitter sphere. Right? Like I said, touched on earlier in the video, we didn't make a sub, but you know what the sub he made? He took Goss off and played 2 up front when we were getting beat. Which, if you think about it, if he had done that 5, 3, 2, 10, whatever minutes before Celtic scored, and this isn't me looking back saying, oh, in hindsight, no, it was fucking obvious. Because we had all the ball before they scored, and there was one man in the box. One man, Morelos in the middle, and Windass sort of in behind. Just occasionally running into the box. We had one man. If we had flooded the box, really went after them, that's what you do against 10 men. We might have had a chance to win that game, even though Morelos missed. But we waited, and then what did Celtic do? Credit to them. They dug in, they defended very annoyingly well after that. And it doesn't matter how many players will go up front after that, because they just flooded the box. And even if we scored, made it 3-3, do you think fucking Celtic was going to care? No, they weren't. That's it. Season's done. On to the semi-final now. That's the only thing we can do. And I'll tell you, son, Cummins better fucking start. So let's jump over to the Twitter comments now and see what the actual people have got to say, rather than listen to me talk a lot of shite for 5 or 6 minutes. So let's jump over to Twitter. But before we do, it's time for a sponsor break. Yay! Remember I was going to do a big thing if we had won. I was going to go about, run about and everything like that. Yay! CJ, they sound great for a sponsor break. This is the sponsor break, because we got beat off 10 men. Sponsor break. But it all was bullshit. It was a goddamn joke. Twitter time. Ross Watson said it was very, very poor. Most devastated I've been for an Old Firm. Remember the 5-1s? Might go against what everyone else thinks, but I thought that Alves was solid today. Cairo says he was a monster in the air. Absolutely. Mark Mendes said midfield non-existent. That's weird. Cardozo and Morelos were fucking shocking. Murphy, Candeas and Alves were the only pass marks. Suzanne at that footy fan says we gave them too much space everywhere. Didn't see Goss or Windass do anything in the second half, and Morelos needs to finish tap-ins and one-on-ones. We deserved 1 point at least, but I'm not even surprised. We're left with nothing again. P.S. West needs to learn how to position himself, right? Yeah. Ross Cameron says, didn't recreate the first half, snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. However, we scored 2 goals and took the game to them at times, which shouldn't forget. We go again, follow. I'm sorry, mate. I love that you've wrote that, and I'm sure you're very passionate and everything like that, but that's a sad one today, mate. I just can't. I can't. Barry Fisher says, Windass done nothing after his goal, same as Candeas. Thought Alves played well, following on what the fuck for the second goal. We did play well, but just not good enough. Again, all I'm going to say is that Windass scored and got us one of the goals. We scored 2 goals, Windass scored that. I don't care what else he done in the rest of the game. He got us a goal. That's what wins games. No effort. I'm really doing it there, and I do apologise. Normally I'm a wee bit hanging a fire and jokes, but that's just a saying, lads. I mean, I love Rangers to bits, and that's hot. Jay Fletcher said, bottle jobs. Morelos missed 2 starts that cost us the game that Cummins would have scored. Devastated doesn't cover it. Thank you, Jay Fletcher. I know we don't always agree, mate, but I always respect your opinion, and I think you're right there because you agree with me. Ian McDougall says, first half we fought for everything and went at them. They were terrified. Second half we didn't come out. We looked like the team of 10 men for a half an hour. Cardozo is shite and is never able to wear the shirt again. And I would go on, but I could go on, but I'm absolutely gutted. Dylan Shartley says, I'm mad at Morelos right now, but we should have got something out of that. How can he miss from that far out? Simon Seymour says, what is the fucking point, man? We should have sold that useless B to China. See, my thing, right, I just want to quickly, even though I've kind of been down on Morelos and said he should have scored and he's probably cost us that game to score the winner and also to score the equaliser, I still love Morelos. I think he does a lot for the team. He's a top goal scorer for a reason. I know he misses 95% of his chances, but he's there each and every single time. I still think he's a very good player and he will get better and he will become more clinical. But I just don't think he should have been playing that. And you might instantly jump on that and be like, Craig, oh, it's easy to say that and you might jump on that and say, oh, Craig, it's easy to say that in hindsight, that you're looking back. No, I said it 4 days ago. I said it 3 days ago. I said it in every video I made this week. I knew this was going to happen. And Kim, my fucking luck. I'm always wrong and I always laugh about it. And I write predictions, I'm shite. Makes the team selections, everything, I'm always wrong. I get everything wrong. Okay, and it's fun. We have a bit of banter. That's what life's all about, having fun. But the one fucking time I'm right is when I wish I was wrong. I really wanted Morelos to come out here and score today and win us the game. But he didn't. Robbie McFern says, please just make a video talk about your sex. Alright, okay. RFC Review says, first half was amazing, second half no words. Morelos can get to for China for 1 pen. Right, I'll read one from a Celtic fan just so it's a bit balanced in case any of them's watching. That doesn't always write abuse. Larson's son says, you look decent first half, but even down to 10 men, I don't think your team thought they could beat us. Morelos was awful. Worse than I even thought. That's a Syrian. That's a Syrian. You need a better defence. Celtic have enough strength to hold everyone off in the league. Brendan Rodgers, balls of steel. And the last one I'll read, it comes from Scott Young. He says, Morelos can fuck off. I've tried to defend the guy, but today was the last straw. The ball was on the goal line and he misses, and they were down to 10 men and we did fuck all about it. Alves let the ball bounce twice and once led to a goal. Cummins needs to start next week. That is going to be today's video. I've been sieging over 992. I know the result was really, really shit. I get that, but stay out of trouble in that today, okay? Just, it's a game. Relax. Try and take your mind off it. Again, that's kind of the pot calling the kettle black because I'm obviously devastated. But yeah, didn't get in any trouble or anything like that. That's been Andy. Thanks for watching and bye-bye.